Hello friends, my name is Jason Decanio. I am host of the Jason Decanio Show and owner of 4 Facebook group pages. And I have a story that I want to share with you. And I hope this story will really let you know the truth about Jason Paul Decanio and who he really is. As you know, or as you probably don't know, I've been doing radio podcasts for over 4 years and will be going into my 5th year starting this August. And I have been doing podcasts that talk about very, very honest issues, and the show is also meant to inform and entertain, inspire, and enrich the mind. And I feel that some have criticized my show as being fake or one-sided, and well, there's an old saying that goes, if you don't have haters, you're not doing your job. Well, I have a hater. I have a stalker, and he's been stalking me for the last 3 months. And the whole reason why he's doing this is to make me look out to be like a fool, someone who needs help, someone who is not telling the truth. Well, I was always brought up to be a truthful person, and I never lied to anyone, nor have done anything against the laws of the country. Never broke the law and never will disobey it. But my cyberstalker, he thinks that I'm breaking all the laws that are on this online community we call YouTube. You see, back in April, my friend Joe wanted to talk about his cyberstalker, and I agreed to have Joe on the show. Well, the cyberstalker who was stalking him, mind you, is the same one that is stalking me. Isn't it amazing how one person can be so hateful, so deceiving, and yet say, I don't really care about the podcast that's going to be about me. And yet, that night, that April night, he came in with his fake accounts and tried to stalk the entire show. Well, Joe had his 3 hours, and a lot of information was exposed about this cyberstalker, and he knows who he is. But once the channel, or might I say the show, went off the air, the cyberstalker immediately got my channel shut down. Well, I was shocked at first because I really thought that what I was doing was not wrong. In fact, usually when somebody is exposing somebody else, it's because they're trying to get the message across to those who don't know what's going on by giving them the honest truth. My cyberstalker says to me, why didn't you have me on the show? I could have debated him. You have to realize something. Radio hosts don't have cyberstalker criminals on their show. They wouldn't even give them the time of day. because anything they have to say isn't the truth. Anything that comes out of their mouths is not the truth. So, of course, my cyberstalker decides to defame me on his wonderful website. He's a scammer, he's a liar, and he's deceptive. And yet he'll say, "Oh no, I'm not doing anything wrong. No way in heck. You made the mistake by exposing that video of hacking the show." That's right. If you would have just quietly did what you had to do, no one would have suspected it would have been you. But you had to be the bragger, the guy who made the touchdown. You seal your fate by making that video. And it's evidence. Evidence that will do damage. That's right. So I laid low for a couple of months and just went on my daily lives and everything. And my cyberstalker thought that I was going away quietly. Well, I didn't have really any intentions of defending that because really, what was he going to gain? A silent voice? No. So what does he do? He goes on YouTube and he makes a video convincing everybody that I'm an eBay seller under the name Vintage Philly. And he's convinced that I sell hubcaps with Joe DeMarco. Well, friends, my friendship with Joe DeMarco goes beyond anything before the scamming really took place. I want you to know that I have no affiliation with eBay, nor PayPal, nor Amazon, nor anything to do with any of those sites. And then he starts in with putting my personal information on his site, namely my phone number, my emails, where I work. Yes, friends, he stalked me big time. And by putting all this information, comes up with a nice little story about me. He's called me a gay, homosexual. He says I need mental help. And then he's got the audacity to try to get me fired from my job by not only making a video with a little caption in the bottom of it that gives the name of the company where I work, but not only that, the address and the phone number, so you can go and call and try to get me fired. Well, let me say this much. It didn't happen because he was all talk. I got myself protected. Yes, protected. And then he threatened me about IP addresses. Said he posted them on his website. And then he says, well, I'm going to block you from ever accessing from my site again. And I'm like, fine. That means you are a liar. And anytime you block me or Joe or Matt or Pete from your sites, you lose. And a loser always hides from the truth. My cyberstalker is a coward because he has to go and block and prevent people from seeing public information. Well, It ain't public information anymore, my friends, if it's being exposed on YouTube for you to make a decision. I have had a very successful career with my job. I've had a very successful time with my radio show. And I'm about to make a new show that has nothing to do with the Cyberstalker at all. But I guarantee you, as long as my face is on the camera and it's on YouTube, my Cyberstalker will always try to defame me in any which way, shape, or form because he has no life. That's right, friends. A man who has no life will sit there and criticize. Now, if only he could get the wax out of his ears and listen to the truth. But unfortunately, what I'm saying to him really isn't going to make any difference because it is the truth. This has been going on since April. And I am tired of dealing with somebody who is 3,000 miles away from me in another state. Let me also say this. I realize that these last 2.5 months have been hell on wheels. But every day I have the support of great friends. Yes, I have friends, something you don't. And I have the support of an online community that knows I have great potential. And why would I lie, especially in the YouTube community? Why would I make up a story if I didn't have the facts to back it up? The one question you're asking is, why me? Oh yes, by the way, friends, the Cyberstalker does wear a mask because he's ashamed of himself. He's ashamed of what he stands for. He claims that he must blow the whistle on a big corporation like eBay and PayPal because the fact is, he was thrown off there. And that's right, it's your own fault. You did this to yourself. And now you gotta feel like the big shot that's out there, trying to manipulate, scam, defraud, defame, slander, and the list goes on and on. We will not tolerate your immature behavior on a good community like YouTube. Well, friends, I hope this gives you a little taste of what I went through the past 2.5 months. Even though it's a short time, my friend Joe has been stalked for over 1.5 years. And I will stand up for what I believe to be the right words, the right actions, and the truth. Can you handle the truth, Mr. Cyberstalker? Let's see if you can. Or are you a coward and still going to continue to think that your lies will get you where you want to go? Thank you, my friends, for listening to my little story. And know that it's a story that is continuing on here. The war is continuing on. The battles are being fought every day. And I will not rest until this person has had justice served to him.